Then and start the session. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Annado Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only guru of three religions, Traitatheeram originator, sensational writer, the author of more than 100 divine holy scriptures, Hindu virtue donor, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwaru. Okay, so we are learning Gnana Yogam chapter in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, he taught wisdom to son taught to Manu taught to Ikshvaka. Like that, the preachings were going on. So one after another, everybody learnt the wisdom. After some years, what happened? The yoga vidya lost everywhere. So that yoga vidya, in order to teach, he had to take the birth. And he said that after that Arjuna got a doubt and he asked that you seems to be born now and son seems to be born in the beginning itself. The person you are now, how could you taught wisdom to son in the beginning itself? That was his question. So listening to that, so Lord Krishna started telling about what and how he taught. So let us see the Shlokam 5. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham vetta sarvani natvam vettat parantapa. O Arjuna, you got many births, me too. I remember everything in every birth, but you do not. That's what Lord Krishna said. So, like us, the Absolute Soul, Paramatma, also took births many times on the earth. Everything he remembers, but we do not. So, Arjuna should have got this question, why I didn't remember. But we got that question, we need to get answer for that. So let us see what the God explains. So here Swami gave much more deeper explanation which will make sure that we can thoroughly understand the birth, every birth of the Bhagavan and what he did here. So as a mortal soul, we are living in a body. So there are 25 body parts in a in a body. So where the immortal soul is living. So there are 10 physical body parts, 15 subtle body parts inside the body. So the mortal soul is surviving along with these body parts inside the body. So along with mortal soul there is a mind. The mind is the one which memorizes the things. So when a mortal soul embodies the body, new body, so then the mind also will be created new. So that will be memorizing the things in his whole life itself. Once once he gets death, so the body is destroyed. Along with that, the mind also gets destroyed. But the mortal soul will leave the body and enters into the new body, gets a new body. Here what is happening is whatever the memorizations, whatever the memory he got in the previous birth, he could not able to carry forward it to the next birth or coming birth, or whatever the memories we have in the present birth, they cannot be carried forward to next birth, and the previous birth memories we are not able to get in this birth itself. So based on the karma, everybody takes different kinds of creatures body. So that's why, so the no structure in this life will not be in the previous life, or in the past life, would not be in the past life. So you might be handsome or beautiful in this birth, you might not be in the past birth. There is no guarantee that in the upcoming birth itself. So this is all based on the karma itself, and also the memorization power of the mind also varies depending on your karma. So if you have strong mind, you will have very strong memory power. If you have weaker mind, then you will have weak memory power itself. So when there is a death to the body, mind also is going to die. So all its memories are gone there itself. That's why we are not able to memorize the things of the past birth itself. That's why God said that. So you don't remember anything. Why? Because we don't carry forward our memories of our past birth. That's why we don't know the matters what happened in our past births. So God, that's why God said in this Shlokamu that, so we got births many, God also got births, but He remembers everything, but we don't. And He declared that, so He remembers everything in every birth. So that, so not only that, He tells in the next slokam that He does not take birth like a human being, ordinary human being. His birth will have speciality in it. So why He takes birth is and all we'll discuss in the next slokam itself. But instead of that, so going to the next slokam and learning all, let's learn why He takes birth and what is the cause of birth of a God as a Bhagavan itself. So let's go in detail about that. When the creation happened, creation was done by the God Himself. And there is a living world and the non-living world, that is the non-living world. So world contains, that is immovable world contains 5 elements in it: sky, air, fire, water, earth. And movable nature is also there. Movable nature which has the life in it. So like we, creatures, animals, plants, so many. So which will constitute the life force in it is called movable nature. That movable nature uh, and the immovable nature both are considered as the universe. So this universe is created by the God first. So once that universe is created, when man began his journey as the first life on the earth itself, so he started looking at the nature and he doesn't know beyond the nature anything. Just his focus is only on the nature. He doesn't even know who created the nature and all. He doesn't even know about the God, how He is and what He is and everything. And also, a human being does not know about the matters of the God. Since he doesn't know God, the matters of the God are known to God only, not to the human beings. That's why who has to tell about the God? Only God has to tell about Himself. So, God He is present universally, everywhere He is present. So from there, a speck of Him comes as a human body, human being, or takes a human birth. we call him as a Bhagavan. That's why in the first birth of the Bhagavan started coming into started. So in the first birth, what he wanted to tell, he wanted to tell about the God. Since people did not know who is God and how this universe is created, who is the high command of this, and who is driving this whole universe itself. So that's why God, the Bhagavan, took the first birth there, and he conveyed to the humanity the existence of the God. And he said God is beyond this nature, existence of the God. Since he told that, what happened, the people could believe that, and it was in their minds for thousands of years. So they were thinking that there is a God beyond this nature, who is the high command, who is the driving this entire universe itself. So that was the reason for the first birth of the Bhagavan itself. So and also and also he conveyed to the people that this whole universe who is spread in each and every particle is called God, and the one who takes a human form is called the Bhagavan. Bhagavan is at only one place, but the God is everywhere. God is everywhere. That's what. And also, we should not refer Bhagavan and God interchangeably. Both are completely different according to the super science. So, when we say Bhagavan is a human form of the God, when we say God, God who is spread whole universe and beyond that also in each and every particle. That is the difference. That is the difference. So many people, without knowing these difference, so they are using the words interchangeably. That is not right. So that is why people also don't know the difference, and they are also referring the word Bhagavan and God interchangeably. So the Bhagavan who wanted to tell about himself, so he took the first birth. So during that birth, why he had to come like that? Because the humanity did not know about the existence of the God. For to let the people know existence of the God, it took one birth to the Bhagavan. So what happened after that? After that, what happened? The Maya, the Satan, we can say, emotions inside the human's head. So it wanted to do some harm to the existence of the God. So what it did, so people started getting the thoughts like, if really God exists, then why can't we see him? Why can't we experience him? So, and also there is no base for that. How come you can believe that if somebody tells there is a God who created this world? Like that, many thoughts came to the human beings, and they started mistrust about the God. They so so then what happened? The first dharmam, what he conveyed to the human beings, the existence of the God. So it got in a danger. So in order to make it strong again, he had to take another birth. So when he took the second birth, what he did, so in support of the first dharma, the existence of the God. So he started the establishment of the temples, traditions. So as he told in the first birth itself that, so formless God and the God with form, that is Bhagavan, that is about the God and the Bhagavan. So to represent the formless God, he established the Ishwaralinga temples where you can have the Panamattam on the bottom, which represents about the nature, and the Lingam on the top, which represent about the male portion. That is called, male is the God and female, the nature is the mother. And he also established the temples for Bhagavan called Ranga. So that Ranga temple will have the same face structure of the human being, and also Shankha Chakra also there in that. Shankha is to uh, blow the voice, blow the noise. So the teaching should come as sound, right? So that is why, so the purpose of that, the to represent the wisdom, Shank is there. And for Chakram, so that represents when you know the wisdom, when you follow it, you will have wisdom fire in it. That wisdom fire will destroy the karma. To represent that, Shankam was put over there. Like that, he established the temples and also the so many traditions in it. uh, when he did that, so what happened, for some thousands of years it was continued. Many people came to know the existence of the God and also how God will be. So formless God and with form and everything, people could know that. So after that, and also, so the wisdom can be known through the form of the human, which is taken by the God himself. The temple of the Ranga was established. So after some thousands of years, what happened, uh, with the effect of Maya, the dharmas of temples are also started going away. So instead of the male temples, there is a new tradition started. The new tradition, like the temples for the female temples also. Male temple, not only the Ranga temples. So instead of Ranga temples, there are many thousands of female goddesses, demigods temples started. And also instead of one god, so there it has come like millions of demigods as the god. Like that, people started thinking about that. So like that, there is a defect for the second dharma. The temple traditions are second dharma. That dharma also got defect. So then he took the third birth. In the third birth, so what he wanted to do, he wanted to establish the Guru and Shishya tradition. So he created some disciples. With him, he taught the existence of the God and temple traditions. And also he propagated that dharmas everywhere, so that for thousands of years they were continuing like that. And also he said that, so there will be only one guru and all others are shishyas or disciples. The disciple, whoever teaches to others, will not be called as the guru again. So whoever knows the wisdom and teaches to others, so they are called preachers only, not the guru. Guru is the only one who teaches first time itself. So like that, people were knowing that there will be only one guru, remaining all are shishyas only. There is a shishya tradition itself. So after that, Maya also it wanted to spoil that dharma also. What it did. So very long back, somebody might have told he is no more. He is he was no more. So whoever teaches currently, he is called guru. Like that, people started thinking that, and all the shishyas tradition, disciples tradition converted into guru tradition. So whatever the Bhagavan did, so that is totally spoiled by Maya itself. So, first time he came, he showed the existence of the God. Second time he came, so he established a temple traditions. Third time he came, he established the Guru Shishya tradition, the Guru and disciple tradition. So that is also gone. This is how, like, so if you put water inside a pot, after some time there is a hole in it, then you will cover with a cement. Again there is a hole in another place, then again you will cover with the cement. So then we will rethink that, since cement is not working well, and we'll go with the some different kind of different kind of way, and we will put that one. So after some days, so again there is a hole. Like that, every time Bhagavan is coming, establishing the dharmas, and the Maya is the one, it is spoiling, like it is making a hole to the pot. So when dharmam is like a full of water inside the pot, so when there is a leakage, the water goes away. Like that, when Maya is making the creating the trouble to that, and spoiling that, then all the dharmas are going away from the human beings itself. They are becoming unknown to the humans. So that's why Maya created the Guru tradition instead of the Bhagavan's created um Guru Shishya tradition, Guru disciple tradition. So Bhagavan's disciple tradition is converted by Maya as Guru tradition itself. So, so in order to re-establish the Guru and the disciple tradition back, so Bhagavan had to take another birth. In another birth, what he wanted to um, explain whole about the big education, super science or Brahma Vidya. So with scientific bounded with the science itself completely. So he taught the Brahma Vidya to his disciples, and he explained about the method of Guru and method of disciple. And also he said that so that divine education can be grasped through Guru only. And also he told that once you grasp the wisdom from Guru, if you teach to somebody else, you will be like a Shishya, disciple only. You will not become Guru. So that way he explained, and those were propagated so much, and for thousands of years people were following that. So after that, what happened? Maya also, Maya is the opponent party. Maya is in the opponent party, so opposite party. What it did, so it also started defecting them. So it created rationalism, atheism inside the human beings, and the and it made no identification for the Brahma Vidya itself. The Brahma Vidya is the one among the six sciences, the highest one is the Brahma Vidya itself. So Maya created so many Maya sciences, so that people believing Maya sciences, and they put aside the Brahma Vidya itself. So nobody knew that there is a Brahma Vidya super science which tells about the God only. So like that, people forgot everything about the Brahma Vidya itself. So in order to re-establish dharmas, so God has to take another birth. If we see in the first birth, the existence of temples. In the existence of the gods. In the second birth, the temple tradition. In the third birth, um, the guru and disciple tradition. In the fourth birth, explanation of the Brahma Vidya, and also telling the tradition, telling the methods of guru and disciple. So everything is spoiled by Maya itself. In each birth he is coming, establishing, and Maya is spoiling them. So Maya, what it did. So in the fourth birth, whatever the Maya brought so many pseudosciences into the people, among the people. So people started believing the fabricated sciences. So to re-establish all dharmas, God has to, Bhagavan had to take fifth birth. So he wanted to tell with the witnessing everything. So that's why he took the fifth birth. So the fifth birth, in the fifth birth, he delivered Bhagavad Gita in the battlefield in Mahabharata. So if we see sequentially how many births he took in India itself, he took about 6 births in India. In the first birth, he told about the existence of the God. In the second birth, he started the tradition of temple traditions. In the third birth, guru and disciple tradition. In the fourth birth, the big education or Brahma Vidya, and in the fifth birth, Bhagavad Gita. He preached the Bhagavad Gita. And in the sixth birth, all the dharmas, existence of all the dharmas, and telling about them. So what Maya is doing in every birth, whatever he establishes, so everything is spoiled by Maya. So God wanted to tell some special, do some speciality in the fifth birth itself. So what he did, he declared himself as Bhagavan in the fifth birth. And also he said that whatever the visual form you are looking at me, I am the Bhagavan, and I am nothing but the God who is formless. The formless God, Nirakara, is coming with a form, is called Bhagavan. So he explained that, and also he drew a line around the body, is calling the boundary of the body, that is called the Gita. So if you come outside and see, you can't see any dharmas. If you go inside the body, dharmas are present inside the body only. So like that he said, and it is called Bhagavad Gita. That is the one which was taught by the God, Bhagavan itself, and so many secrets, mysteries are explained in the Bhagavad Gita itself. And also he gave the wisdom eye to Arjuna, and he showed the cosmic appearance also as a proof of that. So in the previous 4 births, every time when he came, when he took the human form and established dharmas, they were followed by the human beings for about thousands of years. But in the fifth birth, so when he declared himself as Bhagavan, so that time the dharmas did not go into the human beings well. And every time Maya is getting more and more strength, and it is spoiling all the teachings of the God. Because of that, some people who interpreted Bhagavad Gita, they could not understand properly at least 10% of the notion of the Lord Krishna, what he explained. So for 5000 years passed, but nobody knows about the Atma itself. Only people know about Jivatma, Paramatma, that is mortal soul, and the absolute soul. Nobody knows about the immortal soul. That way people became totally ignorant. They do not even know about the boundary of the body. The meaning of boundary of the body is called Gita. So why Maya is doing like that? So Maya is not separate from the separate entity. Maya was created by God only. So according to the order of the God, Maya is working. So when Bhagavan takes a birth, Maya becomes opponent. Uh, so that much power is given by God to Maya. So they will do their own work individually. So this is all the play on the earth itself. So in this play there are two parties. One party is Maya, another party is Bhagavan. So that is why the Bhagavad Gita, even he taught 5000 years ago, it did not go into the human beings, and all the dharmas taught in the Bhagavad Gita became adharmas. So Maya put so many unrelated things inside the Bhagavad Gita. So that is why uh, God has to take another birth. So that is the sixth birth. So in the sixth birth, his focus would be on the Maya itself, because every time Maya is the one which is spoiling all the dharma taught by God himself. So he will put more focus on Maya. So so for every 1000 years or more than that, God is taking the Bhagavan is taking the birth again, birth and establishing the dharmas. We also might be present that time, but we did not remember anything. So as he already came 5 times, we could not identify him. So there is no guarantee that we can identify him if he comes sixth time. So so whatever the wisdom we knew so far, with respect to that, if we think, if he comes sixth time, how he is going to be, how he could behave, how um, those kind of things. So if he comes as a very wise intelligent person, that is a question. Is he going to come as an intelligent person, or if he comes as a less intelligent person, so then we cannot identify him. So since he declared himself as Bhagavan in the fifth time, Maya got so much strength on that, and it defected the dharmas very soon itself. It did not take much time to defect the dharmas. So that's why in the sixth time when he comes, he does not even let Maya know about him. So in that case, how come a human being can know about him? So we may have some doubts. So we may anticipate some things on that, because he taught dharmas in 5 births, and in the sixth birth, so he will re-establish all dharmas again, and he will put more focus on Maya, and he will explain to the humanity about Maya completely in the sixth birth. So by doing that, at least human being can identify about the Maya, and we will not go into that path. So we have to pray the God Bhagavan that, so to to let us know more in detail about the Maya. So in the sixth birth, he may draw a boundary line to Maya itself. So so when Bhagavan established the existence of the God in the first birth, so it was gone. Second time, in addition to the existence of the God, he established the temple traditions. He told so many secrets and traditions which are which will give more strength, more support to the existence of the god. Those are also gone. But the god remember, but Bhagavan knows that in the first birth he taught about the existence of the god. So in the second birth, according to that, so in support of that, he established the temple tradition. So he got memory of the past birth, memories of the past birth. That's why he could able to do. So even if you think about the Bhagavan, so Bhagavan takes birth after thousands or millions of years, but he remembers everything. But so we take if we take birth every 100 years or less than that, so there is no much gap between the births, but we don't remember anything. So why it is becoming like that? That is a question we need to know that. So in our body there is a mind. In Bhagavan's body there is a mind. So in our body the memories which the mind memorizes the things. In Bhagavan body also does the same. So when we get the death, so that time mind also will die. Even it is applicable to Bhagavan also. So even though how could Bhagavan is able to memorize the things? Here, if you think about that, so there is a soul, immortal soul inside Bhagavan's body and our body. The immortal soul in Bhagavan is spread whole body, and even in the sleeping also it was awake and it was knowing everything. It's knowing everything, but in our body, so we did not identify the immortal soul, so it's not working same like Bhagavan in our body. And also in our body there is a mortal soul, immortal soul, absolute soul, but in Bhagavan's body there is only one soul called absolute soul. That absolute soul is behaving like uh, sometimes as mortal soul, sometimes as immortal soul. So that's why there is a speciality in the Bhagavan's body. He could able to memorize all the things. He could able to remember everything in his past births, but we are not that. So he did not tell the number of births he took, but he said he remembers everything in all his births. So this is what the answer we got in detail. Swami explained us so much, so we could able to know lot more information from the fifth Shlokam itself. If you have any questions, you can comment. Let us do Mangala Prarthana and end the session. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadharupaya Mangalam. Prabodharpanam to everybody.